Welcome back to ZK Skybound Aviation. There are moments in automotive history when a concept vehicle does more than turn heads. It breaks something open deep inside you. The first time I laid eyes on the 2026 Toyota Grand Land Cruiser concept, I didn't just see a car, I felt it. That slow, reverent gaze at the dark blue metallic body wasn't just admiration, it was recognition. As if the machine knew the terrain of my dreams, the texture of ambition, the silent weight of resilience. I stood there, staring at this massive, regal silhouette, and for the first time in a long while, I felt small, in the best possible way. This SUV wasn't begging for validation. It was issuing a quiet challenge. Go further. Be more. Remember who you are beneath the noise. There's a presence to this concept Grand Land Cruiser that feels nearly mythological. The design doesn't shout. It doesn't try to convince. It simply is, like a mountain, like an ancient fortress, like something that has existed long before you and will continue long after you're gone. The dark blue metallic paint doesn't just catch the light, it eats it, transforms it into something deeper, a velvet mystery you want to touch but can't fully grasp. At night, under city lights, it feels like the car carries starlight beneath its surface. During the day, it moves like a shadow made real. This isn't a color, it's an emotion. This isn't a body, it's a memory wrapped in steel. What's striking about the Grand Land Cruiser is not how different it looks from the current generation, but how inevitable it feels. It's as if all previous versions were only precursors, sketches building toward this one singular expression. There are no gimmicks, there are no design flourishes trying too hard. Everything is bold but refined. The front grille is massive but clean, bordered with a sharp geometric intelligence that feels both purposeful and regal. The headlights are slits of light, almost angry, but in a quiet, controlled way, like the eyes of a warrior who doesn't need to raise his voice to command a room. Every corner, every curve, every surface has been shaped not for trend, but for permanence. This is a machine that will age like stone. The proportions are enormous. You don't just sit in the Grand Land Cruiser, you climb into it, like stepping into the cockpit of some futuristic battleship. The wheel arches are tall and proud, hinting at the off-road soul that still beats inside this luxury-bathed body. Yet even as it towers, there is grace. The roofline isn't brutish, it's dignified. The lines are crisp, almost architectural. And in that contrast, the rugged and the refined, the ancient and the futuristic, the Grand Land Cruiser finds its identity. But it's the interior where the soul of this vehicle truly opens. Open the doors and you're enveloped in a sanctum of black. Not a cold or clinical black, a warm, endless, luxurious black. The kind that makes you breathe slower. The kind that makes silence feel full. The kind that feels like a place rather than a color. Every surface inside whispers. The seats are sculpted, not padded, wrapped in premium materials that don't just offer comfort, they offer a kind of quiet power. You don't lounge in these seats, you take your throne. The dash, uncluttered and linear, is a minimalist's dream. Yet every control, every screen, every tactile surface feels deliberate, intelligent, and intuitive. The way the cabin is arranged tells you something about the design philosophy behind the Grand Land Cruiser. It wasn't built for passengers, it was built for journeys. It wasn't crafted for showing off, it was made for transforming the way you move through the world. Toyota didn't just want to build a luxury SUV, they wanted to create a vessel, a space of transition and transformation, the kind of place where conversations go deeper, silences last longer, and every mile feels like it's carrying you not just forward, but inward. And it feels solid. Press your palm against the door panel. You'll sense it. Grasp the steering wheel and it responds like it's listening. Turn a knob and the feedback is hushed, exact, and confident. The attention to detail in this cabin is almost spiritual. There's a reverence here for the driver, for the journey,
for the heritage that shaped it. Because that's the thing. Even as it looks like the future, the Grand Land Cruiser remembers. It remembers every trail, every expedition, every mountain pass and desert crossing and border checkpoint and campfire tale. It remembers when Land Cruisers weren't luxury symbols, but survival tools. It remembers the dust, the blood, the legends, the legend, and still, it invites you to write your own story. Driving it, you immediately understand why it had to look the way it does. The elevated driving position is not just about visibility, it's about perspective. From behind the wheel, the road feels different, less like a challenge and more like a canvas. Acceleration is seamless and powerful, but not eager. It's like the car knows it has nothing to prove. The electric-assisted powertrain, though Toyota has kept details under wraps, moves the Grand Land Cruiser forward like a glacier, deliberate, unstoppable, timeless. There's no noise, just motion. No drama, just presence. And the suspension, it doesn't glide over imperfections, it absorbs them like they never happened. Whether it's cobbled city streets or loose gravel trails, the chassis feels unshaken. There's a spiritual stillness to how this vehicle moves. You don't bounce, you float. You don't rattle, you hover. The silence inside, even while cruising at high speeds, is almost eerie. It's like being inside a temple moving at 70 miles per hour. But despite all this serenity, you are never disconnected from the road. There's feed deck, rich, meaningful, and alive. The steering is tight, almost meditative. The brakes respond like they've memorized your intent. The Grand Land Cruiser does not isolate